My name is Jess Corbett and this is my major project. For this project, I decided to create a tattoo studio brand that was inclusive, inviting and unique. I displayed this tattoo studio brand in the form of a website and used 3 different fictional artists and 3 different portfolios to display my knowledge of tattoo styles and designs. So firstly, I focused on the branding aspect of this project. I first had to figure out who my target audience was and the unique selling point of my studio. To figure this out, I had to think about the gaps in the market and what was missing. I also had to think about what would discourage people from being tattooed in the first place and came up with a few main ideas. Firstly, I would say one of the main reasons that people don't get tattoos is the fact that it's permanent art. So I thought if there was a way that someone could try on a tattoo before they actually committed to it, that would be a really good and unique selling point for our studio. I also had the idea that some people might not want to be tattooed because they're scared of going into the shop themselves. They might feel judged, uncomfortable or vulnerable. So because of this, I wanted to make sure that my tattoo studio felt inclusive to everyone, friendly and also quite private as well. So I ended up coming up with the idea to feature augmented reality somewhere on my website. I wanted there to be a service where someone could put a picture in and then print a tattoo on top of it just to see what it would look like before committing to getting the actual tattoo itself. I wanted this feature to offer a try before you buy kind of service. I also knew that I wanted my target audience to be people who were getting their first tattoos and also maybe young women, just because I feel like it's such a male-dominated industry that women sometimes don't feel comfortable walking into tattoo studios. So now knowing what I know about my brand, I then decided to create a logo and some brand sheets. This obviously took a couple of tries, but I decided on a font that I liked, some colour schemes and the logo itself, of course. Once the design of my brand had been fully recognised, I started to pour all of it into Elementor to build a website. I decided to use software like Elementor because I wanted it to be fully interactive and I also wanted it to act like a real website that people could search for. Having it as an Elementor page also makes it easier for people to have a proper look through it in their own time. So the website itself actually consists of 5 pages. You've got a home page which is accessible by clicking the logo in the top left. Then you've got an artist page, a portfolio page, a bookings page and a not sure page, which is where my augmented reality feature is. So we'll first have a look through the home page. Everything was designed by me. Some of it was created in Illustrator, other parts of it were created on Procreate for the iPad, but all of the designs themselves and the artwork is created by me. As you can see on the landing page, you're greeted by a big graphic banner which shows the logo, it shows the branding straight away, the red and the green, and it also shows some traditional Japanese tattoo style peonies just to kind of establish the brand straight away. You've also got the menu right at the top so it makes it easy to navigate around. You can kind of jump from page to page and go back as easy as you want. Then if you scroll down a bit further you can see a little about us paragraph. This is just basically, this is all fictional, explaining kind of who we are, what we're trying to do. It also kind of establishes the studio in a physical sense as well as a digital sense. So then if you scroll down a bit further, there's just a showcase in the form of an image carousel. These are just different pieces of art from different portfolios that are featured on the website. And underneath that you get the chance to meet the actual artists. You've got the owner, whose name is Cherry, that's what the brand is named after. Then you've got Corey and you've also got Heather, and from here you can click on the portfolio links to take you straight to their different portfolios. Underneath this there's a still not sure part, which then if you press try on takes you straight to the augmented reality feature. Then as said before, you can go from the top menu to all the different pages. We'll go to artists next and I'll show you through that. So on the artist page you can see there's just a bit of text just explaining how much experience we've got between us. Then below you can see a little bit more about each different artist and you can also click on them again to take you directly to the portfolios of each one. So the artist page really just explains how much experience each artist has. It also shows their unique style and is like a bit of an introduction to each of the portfolios basically. If you do click on any of these buttons, they just lead directly to the portfolio itself, but you can also do this by going to the portfolio bar at the top, which we'll do now. So when you're looking through the portfolios, you've got a few different options. The home page just goes straight onto this landing page where you can choose between which artists you want to look at. So we'll have a look at Cherries first. So all you've got to do is press the click here button, and then you'll be redirected to a new page, which is just a little bit of a note from the artist. It's got some new designs that they've got in, and you've also got their available Flash portfolios. So as you can see, this artist Cherry, who's the owner, focuses more on traditional and neo-traditional styles, but all of the portfolios have a completely different style to them. So now we'll have a look through Corey's portfolio. Corey's portfolio again has a little note and is based more on a patchwork sleeve type of style, so you can see in the note that he's referenced to this. Then you can see here in Heather's that it's focused more on a realism type of style. I decided I wanted to have a realism artist from the beginning because this is the most sought after style of tattooing because it's the hardest to do, and I really wanted to display my artistic abilities in this portfolio. Now we'll go ahead and have a look at the bookings page. It ended up having to be quite simple because without Elementor Pro you can't access forms. So instead I just included a large piece of text just illustrating this fact, saying that it's either through email or contacting the artist directly, which to be fair is how most modern tattoo artists do it anyway. And then at the bottom I've just linked some fake Instagram accounts and also some email addresses. Then for the main part of the show, it's the Not Sure page. This is obviously where I decided to implement my augmented reality feature, and the page that you land on when you first click it is a still not sure page. Then it talks you through the experience itself with a bit of text. So this is just a designed demo model. It's not a real practical working piece of technology. However, whichever button you decide to click, it will lead to the same page with the same design features. So when you click Use the Live AR, you come up with this page. This is just an edited design page of how it would look. It's an edited picture of my arm with a tattoo that I designed over the top of it. And there's also a section where you can pick your flash, and whenever you highlight over them, these things do become outlined. So this is just to display kind of what it would look like. So you'd have some choices of different flash by the artist that you could then print onto any part of your skin that you wanted. And once you're happy with that design or how it is, you can edit it and tweak it to how you want. Then you could press this continue button. And then this is the final page of the AR experience. You've got a question asking ready to go. It's kind of a call to action. Then you've got the book now button underneath it, which does take you to the booking section of the page. It also asks you if you're happy with it, and then it says that you can save the image and have a think about it. I feel like this establishes some trust with the company. Underneath it, I've also planned to have a section called Your Pain Scale, where it uses AI to pick up what the image is of and then established it onto a pain scale. So for this one, it says that it is perfect for beginners because it's established that it's a picture of an arm. I feel like this idea makes it targeted towards beginners or people that are maybe a little bit more nervous to be tattooed, and just lets people have a think about what they're going to do before they make permanent art on their bodies. So that was a tour of my final website. Overall, I'm really happy with it and feel like I've established a really strong brand. And thank you for watching and listening to my major project presentation.